Goku, where are you? Number one.
These memories.
Wait, space.
Space.
Did you just say space?
uh,
Oh my god. I fucking hate this game. I fucking hate this game.
well, Ellie should have simply been ready for it. She already saw them once, so she should have just jumped over them the second time.
Why?
Oh, this is
Getting it.
this is the voice I'm doing. I don't have any friends that sound like this, so no one should get insulted.
This is no one. This is nothing.
It's what you're all thinking. I know, you don't need to tell me. This is the insecure Ellie arc.
Hey everyone, welcome to our mental breakdown.
Art imitates art.
Oh,
Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town. My friend just got down. I revived him. Now we're heading southbound. Now we're in the Pleasant Park streets. Look at the map. Go to the mark sheets. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite today. You could take me Wasting Mire, but not Loot Lake. I'd really love to chug jug with you. We could be pro Fortnite gamers. Pro Fortnite gamers.
Yeah!
Woo! What song next? What's the next song up on the docket?
You just want to sing?
I'm just gonna sing. I'm gonna sing through it.
You're just gonna sing. We're just gonna sing. We're not gonna provide commentary. We're just gonna
What
sing.
is there to say at this point? What is there to say about this
There-
fucking
what-
game?
no.
What is there to say about this fucking level that we haven't said already?
It sucks.
It's ass.
It's long. It sucks. It's ass.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
And I don't like it.
And I don't like it. It sucking fucks. It fucking sucks.
Look, the rule of three. Rule of three, everybody. I think that's the third time we've done that one.
I think so. I don't know.
It's
I
a
don't
reference.
fucking know anymore.
We're almost as funny as to Boldly Flee.
I almost as funny as to Boldly Flee. We're not even as funny.
We don't even
as to
have.
Boldly
All
Flee.
we have is references to the AVGN. We don't even have the AVGN here as a character.
Don't even AVGN's not even here. We don't even do anything. All we do is talk about YouTube videos.
It's fine now.
All
That's,
we do.
that's what all the best YouTube videos are about. Other YouTube videos.
Oh, that's what all. It's true, actually.
I don't know if you've heard about this ongoing drama about Fallout 3, but I hear that
You
certain
heard about
people
the
are very
drama
into
about
it.
like. You heard about the drama about like reaction channels?
What about them?
Someone got mad because this Twitch streamer they were streaming and they had to go use the bathroom,
Yeah.
and so they threw on a video for their stream to watch while they were away,
What?
and they just like the stream just watched a YouTube video, and then the guy came back and he just sat there in silence while he ate food. And they all just watched this YouTube video, and then the person who made the video was like, "Hey, you can't do that to my video. I would prefer if you didn't just play my video in full."
Like in full in front of your audience.
Yeah, like reacting to it is one thing, but you
It's
didn't
just
say
like you
anything.
just played it.
You just played it.
That
You
reminds
weren't
me.
even. It was an empty chair.
There was
It
this
was actually
thing that
really
made
funny.
me really mad, Al. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was really funny because then this guy reacted to that guy reacting to his video, and when the guy got up to go leave his chair, that guy got up and left. So there was just an empty chair watching an empty chair watching a YouTube video.
It reminds me, Al,
Like, that's pretty good.
of this thing that made me really angry, where there was this this round guy, and he was reviewing, he was reacting to old Nostalgia
Some
Critic
sort
and
of-
AVGN videos.
There was some sort of roundman.
Yeah, there was a round guy, and it made me so mad just because
Oh,
it was
God.
almost funny.
That was the worst part. Is that it was almost funny. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but that's actually true. Omega, attack them!
My palms,
Rouge, don't you mean Omega?
my
Sorry, you
hands
meant
are,
Omega.
my hands are sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his spaghetti already. Mom spaghetti, nervous, but on the surface I got mom spaghetti to drop bombs. And it's just mom spaghetti, and I look down and I got mom spaghetti.
This guy loves his mom.
This motherfucker loves his mom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love my
in a
mom.
normal way.
I like my mom's spaghetti.
Get ready, guys. This is the part
Like
where they're
normal-
assholes on purpose for no reason.
it's like normal spaghetti, but I like it.
Top 10.
Top 10 spaghettis in gaming. Number 10.
I think you make spaghetti at one point for your sad little son in Heavy Rain.
Oh yeah.
Do you
that
heat
makes
up a
sense.
spaghetti for him?
I would believe it.
Yeah,
The-
when
the
Game
son
Pending
that
plays Heavy
survived.
Rain, when?
Yeah, we should play a David Cadre.
No.
And by that I mean we should never play a David Cadre
Yeah.
because he sucks. He made Snatcher. That was Kojima.
There was, okay. I don't know if I remember enough about this to like, report on
It
it.
was an AI story.
Yeah, we were
or it
doing
was an
AI dungeon.
AI generated.
I used
Or,
to do a
yeah,
lot of AI
gen-
dungeon in front of our friends. Like, we would just, like, come up with the premise and then let the AI
Oh,
just tell the
someone-
story. What's up?
Someone surely saved it, right?
Yeah.
From
Yeah,
where?
and if you could try to find it, that would be good. That would waste some fucking time while we finish this shit.
Sure would.
Let's just read our AI dungeon. Anyway, yeah, we were like, it is like our premise was for the AI was like it is the E3 convention and David Cage is presenting his new game or something.
Found it.
And he was like
found
claiming that he made the unfinished Swan, and then some guy in the audience was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, would you like me to read it out loud while you play?
the whole thing." Yes, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck it. Why the hell not? Okay,
Everyone-
everybody, this is the new segment on Game Pending, which is recycling content from old Discord calls,
Yep.
where Ellie takes a little nap while she goes into like a Sonic Adventure fugue state, while Al takes the lead.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
There's no title for this, but it's just called DavidCage.txt.
Yeah.
David Cage is
Oh,
about
my
to
phone's
present his
buzzing.
new game. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
David Cage is about to present his new game at E3 2014 called The Unfinished Swan. It's an experimental story-driven adventure. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta expand a little bit. So I can see.
I'm just gonna be quiet for this whole thing. I'm not gonna inject commentary.
Yeah,
I'm just
you
gonna
just
let
wanna...
I'm just letting it happen. Yeah.
Okay. It's an experimental story-driven adventure game with elements of psychological horror. David Cage has been working on this project for over 2 years now, and it is very ambitious. One audience member cries out, "You didn't make that game, David!" David Cage responds by saying, "I made it! I'm the one who did it!" The man says he doesn't believe you, so David Cage replies, "Well then prove me wrong." The audience member replies, "I don't have to prove you anything! It's you who has to prove me something!" David Cage is frustrated by this and shouts at the man, "No, you!" Security navigate to both men and escort them out of the conference room. This is all captured on live television. The crowd is confused. David Cage's reputation takes a hit. David Cage is sulking in the hallway after having been removed from his own press conference when he is approached by legendary game designer and director Hideo Kojima. "David, I understand that you are still upset about being asked to leave your own press conference. It was a shameful display," Kojima says. David continues to mope but perks up a bit when he sees that it's the legendary Kojima. "He was right, Hideo. I didn't make that game." Hideo laughs and replies, "Well, I made every game I ever designed, but the term 'make' is so broad. How about this? I will say, I made Snatcher, and you can say, I made the Unfinished Swan. Does that work for you?" David laughs a bit and replies, "Sure, that works for me." Kojima responds by listing the 3 secrets of game design. Number 1, no one can ever take away the experience of playing your game. Nothing can erase that from their hearts and minds. 2, the team that made it can always remember the good times they had creating it. 3, I made Snatcher. Hideo and David laugh and joke about how ridiculous the third one is. They then talk
like
for
how
a bit
the
about
AI
Kojima's
knows.
new project, Silent Hills. At that moment, they are interrupted by the infamous gaming influencer, Angry Joe. "Kojima, I heard you right here. Let me get a selfie with you," he shouts. David notices that Hideo looks very tired. David asks if Kojima would like to come back to his place for a drink. "Sure, I'd like that." David and Hideo hail a cab and head back to David's place. After having a few drinks and talking about video games, music, and films they once liked, David asked a question that's been on his mind all night. So, why did you leave Konami? Hideo sighs and stares into his drink for a moment before looking up at David. It's a long story. We've got time, David replies. Hideo looks around and speaks in a low tone of voice. Okay, but you have to swear to God that you will never tell anyone at the conference that I am about to tell you. I swear to God, I am dying. David is shocked. What? How? Is there any treatment? Let's just say, it's punishment for my sins, Hideo says calmly. Sins? Asked David. The reasons don't matter. All you need to know is I'm dying, and I won't be able to make games much longer. But what about all your fans? David asks. David, I stopped being in the industry for my fans a long time ago. I make games for myself now. Then why come to the conference at all? Habit? Hideo cracks a smile. I'm so sorry to hear that, Hideo. Thank you, David. David's phone starts ringing. It's Joaquin, his main contractor. He looks at Hideo, who nods for him to answer. Hello? David! The police have raided the warehouse! We're all under investigation for human trafficking and abuse! Joaquin exclaims. Oh, that's a shame. Well, we had a good run. This is bad for business. Yeah,
casual
no more
response.
Yeah, no more slave labor for us, David says. We should probably all meet up and discuss what to do next. The next day, David, Hideo, and Joaquin are eating breakfast together at a diner. Joaquin is very upset. Why are you upset, Joaquin? Asked David Cage. You've been wanting to get out of the slave trade business for years now. Why does your video game studio require slave labor? Asked Hideo solemnly. Because David is too stupid to not use slave labor, Joaquin replies. Why else would be invested in a failing video game industry? It's hardly failing, David exclaims. We're getting more and more popular by the day. Yeah, with 14-year-old boys who aren't rich enough to buy the games yet. Oh, screw you, Joaquin, David says. At that moment, game designer Peter Molyneux enters the diner. He sits down with the group and orders a coffee. What's he doing here? Asks Joaquin. David invited him. You reply. He said we need a reality check. Alright, here it is. Your slave labor isn't just a moral failing. It's literally killing our company. It is not, David says. We had to take a loss on each game, but we're still making a profit. No, we're not. Investors don't invest in a company that only breaks even. We need money to make money. Then we'll find another investor. The only person who would invest is someone with lots of money that also has no idea what they're doing. And we don't have any of those left. Kojima offers a solution.
But he got all of them.
You cross over with a well-known brand. You can work on games based on movies, comics, books, and anything else that's popular. You just have to sprinkle in some QuickTime events or make it a sequel. What brand should we cross over with? David asked Kojima. I don't know. Anything, I suppose. Start with your favorite movie. Asked Kojima. Favorite movie? I don't know. I like a lot of movies. What movies do you like, David? Asked Kojima. David thinks really hard, but he can't come up with an answer. I don't know. Kojima sighs loudly and bangs his head on the table. Kojima offers a list of 10 brands that David should cross over his games with. James Bond, Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Disney, Marvel, DC Comics, Grey's Anatomy, Saw, and Disney. David picks James Bond. What would your James Bond game be like? Asks Joaquin. You're the director, you tell us, David says. It would be a graphic adventure game set in the early 1960s, at the height of Bond mania, Joaquin begins. The player would take the role of a secret agent who has to travel the world and stop Dr. No from starting World War III. How would the game play? Asked David. The game would be point and click. You have to talk to people, pick up objects, and solve various puzzles in order to complete your mission. Peter Molyneux opens his mouth to offer a suggestion, but is called off by Kojima, who says that sounds good to him. Molyneux shrugs and nods in agreement. David is baffled by their immediate acceptance of Joaquin's idea. David Cage is still upset about yesterday's press conference. He is angry that people are accusing him of designing slave labor. He doesn't understand why this is a problem. He thinks back to his early games, which were heavily inspired by his favorite movies, games, and books. He had never thought about the working conditions of the people who created them. He realizes that he never really made anything. He had just put his name on other people's work. Something inside David Cage breaks. I'm done, he says. Can't do this anymore. Do what? Video games. I'm done with them. Kojima and Joaquin are shocked. Peter Molyneux looks smugly satisfied, like he knew this was going to happen. David leaves the room, followed by his entourage of personal assistants and publicists. A few days later, the news of David Cage quitting games, and of his many crimes against humanity, are widely published in every news outlet across the globe. It is the #1 story, and everyone is talking about it. The games that David had directed, produced, or wrote are either taken off the market or re-released with the names of their actual creators mentioned. David's mansion in Hollywood is bought by Kojima Productions. David moves to a small one-bedroom apartment in Paris and gets a job as a barista at a local Starbucks. One day while at work, someone enters Starbucks, the one person who David Cage never wanted to see again. The famous game designer and Gamergate advocate, Peter Molyneux. Hello, David. What do you want? I came to apologize. I'm sorry for the way I treated you. Why now? Because I was wrong. I broke into your house, and you turned out to be right all along. About what? Video games cause addictions. I'm proof of it. I mean, I haven't left my house in years. I have to have my groceries delivered, and I still haven't put on pants. It was true. At that very moment, in this Paris Starbucks, Peter Molyneux was not wearing pants. Why did you want to see me? I just want to let you know that you were right, David. Don't listen to the critics. There is nothing wrong with video games. Thanks. Peter Molyneux hands a gift to David. It's a PS4 game, The Last of Us. Why did you choose this? Asked David. It's the greatest game of all time. It has the most emotional and compelling story. The ending, especially, is very deep and touching. David thanks him again and wishes him a good day. David plays through the entire game in one sitting. He's still in a bit of a depressed mood, so it helps him clear his mind. He does eventually beat the game, and it's an amazing experience. He feels the sorrow and emotion of each scene. He can tell that the writing and story are crafted with the utmost care and with a master's touch. It inspires David to get back into the business. He ends up selling his house and most of his belongings, and uses part of the money to kickstart a new game studio. That studio would be called The Finished Swan. He would create a new game called Detroit Comeback. It would sell over 3 million copies and be hailed as a revolution for both its time and the industry itself. David would win Game of the Year and countless other awards for his achievement. David and Peter would meet again a few more times in the future for coffee. They became good friends after all those years. Meanwhile, Hideo Kojima would remain bitter about the whole ordeal, and would continue his downward spiral into insanity. He would end up living in his own version of Silent Hills until Konami finds someone else to take over for him. Angry Joe dies from a heart attack later that year, allegedly from playing too much Call of Duty. Joaquin was investigated that year for drug trafficking and illegal selling of weapons. The moral of the story is, don't believe the criticisms you read on the internet, because they are all written by butthurt idiots who think their opinion matters. The end.
Is that good?
Oh, is that good? Did you guys like that?
Thank you for that story time. That's the new game pending bit that we do when Ellie wants to die.
His story time. I have no idea where you are on the level because I wasn't paying attention.
That's fine, Al. I will tell you this. We are on our last life.
Okay, that's good.
So
we're doing pretty good.
We're probably gonna die either to the big guys. We're right below the thing where you fight like a set of one big guy and then
another big guy, and then another big guy, and then 3 big guys.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance I die either to the big guys or to the end of the level. So
that's pretty good. Comment below what your favorite part of that story was.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I forgot a lot about that. My favorite part is number 3. I made Snatcher.
I made Snatcher. Yeah, they laugh at his little joke.
I like that. Reminder, by the way, that was mostly written by the AI.
There were some bits that were definitely me. A lot of it was the AI.
We would feed it lines.
We would feed it like the intro, like we're like legendary game designer ... and then it's like okay.
Yeah, and then it would fill in the blanks.
It's like Kojima. Like the whole Snatcher thing was all AI. The whole the whole like human trafficking thing was all AI. Yeah. Like most 99.9% of it was AI.
It's beautiful. I really love that it bothered to give us closure on Angry Joe.
I know.
He was such a minor character.
he showed up. He's the reason that they go to have their little date at Kojima's apartment.
Yeah.
David Cage's apartment. Yeah. It's great. Obviously, iconic is Gamergate advocate Peter Molyneux is another wonderful iconic line. He's not wearing any pants.
That's a late reveal.
I know.
Then you look. It's kind of like how in spoilers for The Sixth Sense. Kind of like how in The Sixth Sense when you find out that Bruce Willis is dead.
Yeah, and you find out that Bruce Willis wasn't wearing any pants the whole movie, and you're like, oh my god.
You find out that guy was Bruce Willis the whole time.
Yeah.
No, it's like how when you find out that a twist like that, and then you go and you rewatch the movie and you pick up all the clues.
Yeah, they're like that's why everyone's so annoyed about Peter Molyneux and this
Yeah,
diner.
you didn't realize he wasn't wearing pants the whole time.
Yeah, because he's addicted to gaming.
He hasn't left his house in years, even though we.
He's in Paris bringing David Cage this copy of The Last of Us, but
and also in a diner. Like, he's leaving his house plenty.
He's actually been out of his house the entire story, yeah.
We never see him in his house, actually.